Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Battle Through the Heavens Part 162 based on novel. So let's start. 4 types of heavenly flames were suspended in the sky. Their frightening temperatures caused the air to become dry. Fortunately, everyone here was quite strong. Hence, perspiration did not fill their faces. Even though this was the case, the eyes of quite a number of people revealed a shock. A heavenly flame was an extremely rare object. It was unexpected that Xiao Yan possessed 4 of them at this moment. This number was quite terrifying. Falling heart flame? Mang Qiankai looked at the cluster of invisible flames that was rotating around Xiao Yan. He was startled before crying out in a stunned voice. This falling heart flame was something that Mang Qiankai had placed a seal on back then. Hence, he was naturally very familiar with it. He did not expect this heavenly flame, which had been sealed at the bottom of the blazing sky chi refining tower in the inner academy, to land in Xiao Yan's hands. 4 types of heavenly flames, how is this possible? How can 4 types of heavenly flames exist in a person's body? Isn't he afraid that these heavenly flames will come in conflict and end up exploding? The member of the Yang clan with the gentle face was staring at the 4 types of heavenly flames in the sky in a stunned manner as he muttered to himself. Green lotus core flame, falling heart flame, bone-chilling flame, 3000 burning flame. Huxian's eyes also stilled on the sky. A moment later, he inhaled a deep breath of air. His eyes still displayed his shock. As a member of the Yang clan, they were extremely sensitive to flames, especially heavenly flames. Their Yang clan had gained 4 types of heavenly flames after many years, yet Xiao Yan controlled this number of heavenly flames alone. Their hearts were naturally a little shaken. His chi method possesses the miraculous effect of merging heavenly flames. The flame that he had displayed in the past had been formed from the merger of 4 heavenly flames. This kind of miraculous effect is something that even our clan chi method, Fire Emperor Mysterious Scripture, does not possess. The red-dressed lady with a veil over her face bunched up her brows as she softly spoke. This person is indeed not as simple as he appears on the surface. A strange chi method, a number of heavenly flames. This Xiao Yang really surprises others. On the other side of the square, the man with a medicinal cauldron drawing on his forehead was using fiery hot eyes to stare at Xiao Yang in the sky. His eyes contained a greediness in them. A heavenly flame contained an incomparable allure to an alchemist. Even with his status in the Yao clan, he needed to put in great effort to obtain a heavenly flame as an inheritance. It was unexpected that the disciple of someone abandoned by the Yao clan possessed 4 types of heavenly flames. Even if all the heavenly flames within the Yao clan were added up, they would not even be able to match such a number of heavenly flames. He is able to keep 4 types of heavenly flames within his body without suffering a backlash. He must possess something to suppress them. If I have guessed correctly, it is the chi method he practices. If I have the opportunity, I will capture this fellow and force him to hand over his chi method and his heavenly flames. If I am able to obtain this chi method and his 4 heavenly flames, it will be my turn to take the clan head of the Yao clan in the future. The man's eyes flashed. His eyes became boiling hot as they looked at Xiao Yan. Due to the appearance of 4 types of heavenly flames, the gazes of everyone here gathered on Xiao Yan. Various thoughts flashed across the minds of everyone present. There were those who were envious, those who were jealous, and naturally those who were greedy. It is unexpected that you possess 4 types of heavenly flames. However, if this is your support, it is perhaps time to end things here. Ji Yu Yao's eyes swept over the 4 types of heavenly flames. A faint surprise flashed through his eyes as he let out a cold laugh. Both of his hands moved and numerous after images appeared. Following the forming these hand seals, a wild wind that was whistling through the sky suddenly came to a halt at this moment. Even the dark clouds lingering in the sky ceased moving. A monstrous destructive aura slowly spread from Ji Yu Yao's body. Most of the people around the stadium revealed different looks when they sensed the aura of complete destruction that was spreading from Ji Yu Yao's body. Under the cover of this kind of destructive aura, a dispirited feeling began to vaguely appear in their hearts. Has he actually been forced to this extent? It is already quite good for Xiao Yang to reach this stage. The three GU clan elders conducting the ceremony in the sky revealed grave expressions. The three of them looked at each other and nodded. They cried out in unison, and the do chi within their bodies surged out without holding back. They poured their do chi into the do chi light barrier that covered the entire square, causing it to become thicker. This is great silent destruction skill. Zana gently inhaled a breath of air. A grave expression flashed across her eyes. It was unexpected Xiao Yan was forced to use such a do skill in order to obtain victory. Zana could not be more familiar with this so-called great silent destruction skill because she had once practiced this do skill. That frightening strength of annihilating all life was still deeply ingrained in her memory even now. Xiao Yan can be considered to have won by having forced Xiao Yan to use a Qian-class do skill. Even if he pulls back at this moment, there is no reason for the people in the Gu clan to say anything more. The smile on Mang Qiankai's face was withdrawn as he spoke in a deep voice. It is useless, Xiao Yan will not withdraw, the little fairy doctor replied. Her eyes were focused on the figure in the sky as she said, he will definitely not take even half a step back even if he has to fight until both of them end up with serious injuries. Rather break than bend, this little fellow is really ruthless. Relax, I will intervene if it really comes to a critical moment, Mang Qiankai nodded. A pleased expression appeared in his eyes. Whether it was in terms of strength or character, Xiao Yan was extremely likable from his point of view. What Su Qian had said was indeed true. Qian class do skill, huh? Xiao Yang studied Gu Yao. Gu Yao had shut his eyes and allowed even his own life to quietly diminish. His face became more and more grave. The Gu clan was an ultimate faction within the Central Plains. After a countless number of years of inheritance, Qian-class do skills, which were extremely difficult to find in the outside world, definitely existed in their clan. Moreover, their strengths were likely quite great. If Xiao Yan was even a little careless, he might end up dying. Hence, he needed to put in all his effort. Xiao Yan inhaled a deep breath of air. He beckoned with his hand and a bright red bead appeared in it. This cluster of hot flames erupted when the light from the sky scattered down. This flame was naturally the sun flame that Xiao Yan had obtained from the Yi clan back then. It would need to make up for the last type of flame at this moment. 5-ring flame expelling technique. Following the appearance of the last type of flame, a furious cry was suddenly emitted from Xiao Yan's heart. The seal formed by his hands changed, and the 5 types of flames suspended in front of him hurriedly began to move. Wolf spirit, form. Within a short moment, a sharp cry was emitted from Xiao Yan's throat. The wolf-like fire spirit formed by the sun flame swiftly appeared in the sky. Leopard spirit, form. Lion spirit, form. Tiger spirit, form. Xiao Yan formed 4 types of fire spirit in one go. He also felt the do chi within his body rapidly being depleted. His hand seal changed once again, cried out loud, Dragon spirit, form. After Xiao Yan's cry sounded, the final 3,000 burning flame began to rapidly wiggle. An instant later, a mountain-sized dragon fire spirit appeared in the sky. 5-ring flame expelling formation. The 5 spirits complemented each other. A frightening temperature spread across the sky. The dark black clouds in the distant sky were vaporized until they were a little thin and illusory. The trees that were close to the stadium withered at a pace visible to the naked eye. Finally, they emitted a bang and burst into a cluster of ashes. The 5 enormous fire spirits formed a strange formation in the sky while Xiao Yang stood in the middle of it. Xiao Yang inhaled a deep breath of air after sensing his rapidly diminishing do chi. His eyes immediately looked at Gu Yao in the distant sky. At this moment, Gu Yao's eyes were still tightly shut while allowing the destruction aura to spread from his body and become denser. 5-ring flame expelling coil. Xiao Yan was not a pedantic who needed to wait until his opponent had gathered his strength before attacking. His hand seal changed and a stern cry was emitted from his mouth. After his cry sounded, the 5 enormous fire spirits around him began to roar to the sky. They began to rotate at a rapid speed. Under this frightening rotation, the space where Xiao Yan was standing crumbled. Numerous enormous dark black lines appeared in the sky like ferocious large mouths. Bang bang. With the increasing speed of the rotating fire spirits, the area around Xiao Yan eventually turned into a 2,000-foot large five-colored fire coil. The fire coil was suspended above Xiao Yan's head as it rapidly rotated. Waves of explosive sounds were emitted from it. The frightening energy that spread from it caused even the elders from the Jiyu clan, like Jiyu Qian and Jiyu Shu, to display a different expression. Tian Huazanja watched the enormous five-colored fire coil that covered half the sky. The fiery heat within his eyes became increasingly hot. Was this the true strength of the five-ring flame-expelling technique? Such a level could indeed be comparable to the so-called Tian class Do skill. Jiyu Yao, try and receive this technique of mine. Xiao Yang in the sky raised his right hand up high in front of a countless number of eyes, reaching toward the enormous five-colored fire coil that was above him. A loud cry suddenly sounded. He abruptly swung his hand and the incomparably large five-colored fire coil was accompanied by a rumbling thunder-like sound as it flew through the sky like a meteorite. It shot toward Jiyu Yao in front of a countless number of shocked eyes. A firefly dares to compete with the bright moon's light. The five-colored fire coil crossed the sky and arrived. At the same time, Jiyu Yao's tightly shut eyes were suddenly opened. A cold laugh sounded. He slowly extended a finger and gently pressed down on the empty air. Great silent destruction finger. After Jiyu Yao pressed on empty space in front of him, the entire sky appeared to have stilled. A destructive aura, which seemed to have been emitted from hell, swept out like a hurricane from where Jiyu Yao's finger landed. Bang bang bang. The place stilled before it was suddenly broken. Those thick dark clouds in the distant sky began to rapidly shake at this moment. There seemed to be a frightening thing vaguely present that was about to break through the clouds. The heavenly flames might be strong, but this Jian class Do skill of my Jiyu clan is even stronger than them. Jiyu Yao held his head high as he stood between the sky and the earth. His eyes were ice cold as he watched the enormous fire coil that flew through the air. It was accompanied by waves of explosive sounds. He lifted his hand high above, aimed it at the thick dark clouds in the sky, and then clenched it. Bang! The spreading dark clouds suddenly paused when Jiyu Yao clenched his fist. The dark clouds swiftly split apart in front of numerous shocked eyes. A 1,000-foot large black finger broke away from the clouds. After which, it swiftly fell from the sky. The finger pressed on the enormous five-colored fire coil. This dark black finger's frightening annihilation aura spread over. It was as though all life would be turned into dust under this finger. The finger fell from the sky. Any empty space where it passed collapsed. A 10,000-foot large spatial crack formed. What a terrifying finger! Some experts, with great strength, sitting in the surrounding stadium revealed pale expressions at this moment. Just the aura that seeped from the finger was quite frightening. It was difficult to imagine how they would behave if they were targeted by this finger. Their bodies would have blasted into clusters of blood fog before the dark black finger could even land. No life will exist when faced with the silent destruction finger. Xiao Yan, just watch as I break your great heavenly flame formation. Jiyu Yao involuntarily laughed at this moment. His face was a little pale, but it was filled with indifference. Since Xiao Yan had forced Jiyu Yao to use such a move, he had undoubtedly given the extremely proud Jiyu Yao a tight slap. Fortunately, everything would completely disappear with this finger of his. Xiao Yan, Zana will withdraw her feelings only if you die. Therefore, die? His eyes stared at Xiao Yan's naked upper body, which was filled with many bloody scars. A killing intent surged within Jiyu Yao's heart. Break it! Under a countless number of eyes, the dark black finger shot to its destination. It heavily collided with the enormous five-colored fire coil. Rumble! The frightening collision was like a collision between meteorites. In an instant, it emitted an earth-shaking sound. The entire mountain range trembled at this moment. Numerous 10-foot large cracks began to swiftly spread over the ground like spider webs. The hard square, which was made of a special stone, swiftly collapsed. Boom! Energy ripples that were filled with a feeling of destruction swiftly spread from the point of the collision. They heavily smashed into the surrounding Do-Chi light barrier, causing it to shake until it fluctuated. Groan! Such a powerful collision caused pale expressions to surface on the faces of the three elders from the Gu clan. Muffled moans were emitted from their throats. They hurriedly focused their minds and continued to pour the Do-Chi within their bodies into the light barrier in order to preserve it and prevent it from breaking apart. However, how could the remnant waves from the collision of those two frightening Do skills be blocked? After only a moment, the Do-Chi within the bodies of the three began to show signs of being exhausted. They have actually fought to such an extent. The three elders quietly cried out within their hearts. None of them had thought that this battle would last for long. In the end, it had exceeded the expectations of most people. Not only was Xiao Yan not quickly defeated by Ji Yao's hands, he had forced Ji Yao to unleash a true killing attack. Ji Qian, Ji Shu, go and help them. That white-haired old man called Ji Shan also revealed a grave expression as he spoke in a deep voice. Understood. Ji Qian and Ji Shu hurriedly replied when they heard his command. Their bodies appeared in the air and a majestic Do-Chi were poured into the Do-Chi barrier. Only then did the Do-Chi barrier, which was about to shatter, stabilize. Crack! A slight cracking sound was suddenly emitted from the sky when the light barrier gradually stabilized. The hearts of a countless number of people suddenly became chilled. Suddenly they raised their heads. Those with sharp eyes discovered that a crack line had quietly formed when the five-colored fire coil collided with the enormous black finger. From the looks of it, it seemed that Ji Yao's great silent destruction finger was clearly the stronger Do skill. This little fellow is finally unable to endure any longer, huh? Xiao Yang's five-colored fire coil is unable to endure any longer. This scene caused quite a number of people to exclaim out loud. They clearly understood that this was the final all-out battle between both parties. The first one to not be able to endure would likely be defeated. Crack, crack, crack. The number of lines on the five-colored fire coil increased in front of a countless number of eyes. Although the enormous black finger had gradually become blurry, Xiao Yang's five-colored fire coil would be the first to collapse. Xiao Yang's five-ring flame-expelling coil is no match for the other party's great silent destruction finger. The expressions of the little fairy doctors group became extremely ugly at this moment. Do-Chi began to circulate rapidly within their bodies. Clearly, they were preparing to intervene at any moment. Zana clenched her hand, and a golden flame suddenly surged from her pretty eyes. The smile on Mang Qiankai's face was replaced with a grave expression at this moment. He slowly stood up. Xiao Yang's ability to fight with Ji Yao had exceeded everyone's expectations. From the looks of this situation, he needed to still intervene. Xiao Yan might really end up losing his life in the Ji clan. The Do-Chi within young Master Xiao Yan's body is rapidly disappearing. Qing Lin by the side suddenly whispered when Mang Qiankai was planning to intervene. Huh? What happened? Mang Qiankai, Zan and the others were startled when they heard this. They carefully sensed the situation and discovered that Xiao Yang's aura had suddenly become much weaker at this moment. This discovery caused them to be a little stunned and uncertain. Xiao Yan possessed a Tian-class Qi method and his body was filled with Do-Chi. This five-ring flame-expelling technique might require a large amount of Do-Chi, but it would not cause Xiao Yan to end up in a weakened state. Boom! While Mang Qiankai's group was at a loss, the enormous five-colored flame-expelling coil wasn't able to endure the frightening strength of the silent destruction finger. It emitted a bang and blasted apart from the top down. A hot fire tongue shot out and melted the large rocks below. Xiao Yang, die? Ji Yao's indifferent face revealed a cold smile when he saw the five-colored flame coil collapse. Although half the silent destruction finger's energy had been exhausted by the five-ring flame-expelling technique, the remaining energy would be enough to kill Xiao Yang. The somewhat illusory black finger swiftly destroyed the five-ring flame-expelling coil with an overwhelming victory. This scene allowed everyone to understand that the victor of this battle had already been decided. Intervene. Zhao was finally unable to remain still when she saw this. A golden flame surged from her body. She was just about to act when Mang Tiankai by the side suddenly stopped her. He yelled in a deep voice, "Wait!" Mang Tiankai's eyes stared at the flame-expelling coil in the sky. It was only 5 feet in size when he said these words. Behind the damaged flame-expelling coil was Xiao Yan's body. If the silent destruction finger were to annihilate the last remaining flame-expelling coil, that frightening attack would fall on Xiao Yan's body. Mang Tiankai's eyes locked on the skinny figure behind the flame-expelling coil. His pale white face did not possess even the slightest panic at this moment. There was only the ferocity of a wild beast. Bang! While Mang Tiankai was stopping Zhao, the last remaining flame coil was finally blasted apart. Most of the members of the Jiyu clan appeared to sigh in relief at this moment. However, Xiao Yan suddenly widened his eyes when these people sighed in relief. He grabbed at the fire cluster of flame coil, which was blasting apart. After which, his foot stomped against empty air, and it hit his body as he charged toward the enormous black finger. Jiyu Yao, it is too early for you to be happy. Xiao Yan's body was like an ant as he headed toward the large black finger. A loud laugh was emitted in a mighty fashion. Some sharp-eyed experts finally discovered Xiao Yan when his laughter was emitted. At this moment, a palm-sized fire lotus had appeared in Xiao Yan's palm at some unknown time. The fire lotus rotated and 4 types of fire seedlings quietly danced. A destructive strength quietly grew. Bang! Xiao Yan's body collided with the enormous black finger. A loud sound appeared. Jiyu Yao and everyone in the stadium were stunned to see the powerful large black finger began to tremble when it came into contact with the flame. A bang sounded, and it transformed into a black light that permeated the sky. The frightening force from the shattered black finger shook Xiao Yan until his palm cracked. Fresh blood flowed down from it. His body was cut by the sharp wind until numerous blood scars formed, causing him to appear like a bloody person. Jiyu Yao, who do you think you are to take my life? Xiao Yan laughed to the sky. His laughter was hoarse, but it shook one's soul. His body turned into a bloody glow almost instantly. He flew through the sky unafraid of death. A dazzling fire glow shot out from the bright 4-colored fire lotus in his hand. It rushed toward the dull Jiyu Yao. A countless number of people, including some elders from the Jiyu clan, revealed faces that were covered in shock at this moment. Everyone knew that there had been a twist in the ending. Xiao Yan was victorious. Xiao Yan's figure had transformed into a blood-colored meteorite in front of a countless number of shocked eyes as he shot toward the pale-faced Jiyu Yao. A 4-colored fire lotus was emitting a bright luster. A wave of annihilation-like strength overflowed from it, causing all the close-by energy to become violent. Xiao Yan's speed was as quick as lightning. With a mere flash, he appeared 100 feet in front of Jiyu Yao. The wild and violent energy that was being unleashed by the fire lotus truly caused Jiyu Yao to sense an aura of death. However, he had just used the silent destruction finger and his body was empty of Do Qi. He was also shocked by Xiao Yan. At that moment, he was unable to dodge. All he could do was watch that brilliant fire glow rapidly magnify in his eyes. The faces of everyone from the Jiyu clan changed when they saw that Xiao Yan did not intend on stopping. Xiao Yan intended on delivering a killing blow. Xiao Yan, show some mercy. Just when the fire lotus in Xiao Yan's hand was about to touch Jiyu Yao's body, a helpless sigh suddenly resonated over the stadium. After this voice sounded, Xiao Yan and the fire lotus in his hand suddenly stilled. Neither was able to advance even a little. The originally extremely wild and violent fire lotus had become gentle at this moment. This kind of change caused Xiao Yan's eyes to shrink. He tried to struggle, but he ended up discovering that he was unable to move even a little. His heart felt slightly cold. There were indeed many experts within the Jiyu clan. A frail-looking elderly figure slowly appeared in front of Xiao Yan when space itself stilled. The person who appeared was wearing a white robe. His hair and eyebrows were snow white in color. His deep eyes did not show even the slightest turbidity. Instead, there was the endless suction of a black hole. One might involuntarily fall into it if one's eyes looked over, giving one an extremely mysterious feeling. Elder Tong Xian, Jiyu Qian and the other elders of the Jiyu clan hurriedly bowed and respectfully greeted this old man. The old man, who was called Elder Tong Xian, nodded. After which, his eyes slid to Xiao Yan as he softly sighed. He extended his shriveled hand and received the stilled fire lotus from Xiao Yan's hand. After which, he gently pinched it. The fire lotus, which contained an annihilation force, quietly broke apart. It did not cause even the slightest ripple. After resolving the big bomb known as the annihilation fire lotus, Elder Tong Xian finally waved his sleeve and undid Xiao Yang's restraints. He flicked his finger and a gentle energy surged out of his sleeve. After which, it wrapped around Xiao Yang's body. Being immersed in this gentle energy, the blood scars on the surface of Xiao Yang's body rapidly disappeared. Within the blink of an eye, they had completely disappeared. Thank you very much, Elder. Xiao Yan felt awed in his heart when he witnessed the skill of Elder Tong Xian. He was not someone who clueless. It was definitely impossible for him to kill Jiyu Yao within this Jiyu realm. Since this was the case, he had used this opportunity to step back, cup his hands to Elder Tong Xian, and thank him. Elder Tong Xian nodded with a smile. His eyes slowly swept over Xiao Yang. A moment later, he said in a hoarse voice, "It is unexpected that the Xiao clan can still produce someone like this. It is likely that Xiao Xian would be extremely pleased if he knew about this." Jiyu Yao, you have already lost this match. After saying this, Elder Tong Xian turned to the pale-looking Jiyu Yao. Jiyu Yao was tightly clenching his hands. Elder Tong Xian's calm voice resounded over this completely silent stadium. Jiyu Yao's body suddenly trembled when he heard this. He clearly understood that if Elder Tong Xian had not intervened at the last moment, the current him would have been annihilated by Xiao Yan. Even though this was the case, his haughty self found it difficult to accept this cruel reality. He had never expected to lose to the trash of the Xiao clan. Someone he had never viewed seriously. A victory is a victory. A lose is a lose. If you do not even have the courage to admit that you have lost, what right do you have to become a general of the Black Submerged Army? What right do you have to become the Black Submerged King? Elder Tong Xian's faint voice gained an additional sternness when he saw Jiyu Yao's tightly clenched fist. Jiyu Yao clenched his teeth. A moment later, he finally inhaled a deep breath of air. His eyes landed on Xiao Yang as he unwillingly said, "I have lost." Jiyu Yao has actually admitted defeat. The stadium was completely quiet as everyone looked at the sky. Disbelief filled the eyes of many members of the Jiyu clan. Jiyu Yao could be ranked in the top of among the younger generation of the Jiyu clan. However, even he had been defeated by a descendant of the declined Xiao clan. This kind of cruel reality caused them to feel an extreme disbelief. How is this possible? Lin Xiao, Ling Quan, and the rest widened their mouths. They were completely speechless. This kind of ending had exceeded all of their expectations. Xiao Yang is not an ordinary person. The things he has experienced are far from what Jiyu Yao can compare with. It is not surprising that he has emerged victorious. The few of you should not provoke him in the future. Otherwise, you will only be seeking your own humiliation. Jiyu Zhen lifted his head. He looked at the figure in the sky. The figure appeared skinny, but it possessed a mountain-like determination. Lin Xiao and the others widened their mouths when they heard this, but they did not say anything. Even Jiyu Yao had been defeated by Xiao Yang. With their strength, stepping forward was equivalent to letting the other party beat one's face. Jiyu Yao smiled when he saw the way they acted. His eyes suddenly shifted to a large forest a great distance from the stadium. A glow flashed within his eyes. TSK, he even used the silent destruction finger but still ended up losing. The blow that Jiyu Yao has received this time around is quite great. Looks like we have underestimated this Xiao Yan. A towering tree stood where Jiyu Zhen's eyes had landed. 3 figures were standing at the top of the tree. A silver-robed man was looking at the sky and laughing. He is indeed very strong. If he was at the same level as Xiao Yao would have suffered a quicker lose. A burly-looking man with a humming thunder-like voice spoke loudly. Although this person appeared foolish, the aura that seeped from his body was extremely powerful. It was just like the earth, appearing heavy and strong. If he was an 8-star Dozun, even the both of you would not be a match for him, a soft voice sounded. It came from a figure standing at the front. This person was simply dressed. He was handsome with an appearance that gave one a refined feeling. His aura did not appear stronger than the other two. However, he was clearly the leader of the three from where he stood. What about Big Brother? That silver-robed man laughed as he asked. Perhaps we'll both end up seriously injured. The green-clothed man smiled only to give a shocking reply. The strong-looking man and the silver-robed man's faces changed a little when they heard his reply. This person might appear peaceful, but his bones hide a ruthlessness that is greater than everyone here. This ruthlessness is likely obtained from experiencing many life and death battles. The green-clothed man smiled and said, "Let's not bother with Sun Er's matter in the future. This Xiao Yan has already reached our minimum requirements. Moreover, no one will be able to escape if we really end up angering her. Even though Xiao Yao has failed this time around, it is likely that he will not be able to avoid some trouble in the future. Fortunately I did not stick my head out." That silver-robed man and the burly-looking man laughed when they heard this. "That's right, Big Brother, don't you need to go and take the test?" The green-clothed man shook his head and softly said, "I have already taken the test." "Oh? How was the result?" The silver-robed man and the burly-looking man revealed excited expressions on their faces when they heard this. "I have barely reached the 9th grade bloodline." The green-clothed man smiled. He turned his head around. An extremely bright clan tattoo with a faint rainbow color flowing over it slowly surfaced on his forehead. His grade 9. The silver-robed man's group involuntarily inhaled a deep breath of air when they saw this clan tattoo. Their faces were filled with envy and respect. It looks like Big Brother's bloodline grade is catching up with Sun Er. The green-clothed man shook his head when he heard this. His eyes landed on an alluring figure in the distance before muttering, "How can it be so easy? Sun Er's bloodline is the most perfect in the history of the Gu clan." The two of them were startled when they heard these words. They appeared to have thought of something, and a disbelief surfaced within their eyes. Could it be? No way, right? All right, since the match has ended, Xiao Yan, Gu Yao, the both of you should leave. Elder Tong Xian in the sky waved his hand at Xiao Yang and Gu Yao as he spoke. Xiao Yang nodded slightly when he heard this. He cupped his hands together towards Elder Tong Xian. After which, he turned around and returned to his seat in front of the countless number of eyes present without glancing at Gu Yao. Elder Tong Xian grabbed at the ground after seeing the two of them return to their seats. The square, which was damaged to the point where hundreds of holes had appeared, began to shake. Countless number of large rocks swiftly protruded outwards. After which, with a wave of Elder Tong Xian's sleeve, those large rock fragments disappeared into nowhere. A neat and smooth large rock square had once again appeared in everyone's eyes. "I shall conduct the remaining ceremony," Elder Tong Xian suddenly said after completing this action. Gu Qian and the other elders were startled when they heard these words. Immediately, they appeared to understand something. A shocked expression surfaced within their eyes as they immediately bowed and stepped aside. Elder Tong Xian slowly landed from the sky after the other elders withdrew. After which, his smiling eyes turned towards the alluring figure in the special area. He softly said, "Sun Er, it's your turn." This video will end here.